Welcome to Karen's Journey on Carnivore and More. My name is Karen, and I want to welcome you to those of you who are subscribed. Thank you for coming back and joining me. We have a special welcome for those of you who are new to my channel. We've had a few new subscribers, and I appreciate that. Grateful for that. But I really, truly want to just thank everyone who has supported this channel and its content. I have been receiving comments, and they've been very encouraging. So that also helps to keep me motivated to do this, knowing that people are out there listening and being encouraged by me sharing my thoughts and my journey on this whole thing about health and getting healthier. Happy day after Halloween. I hope you all had some fun last night. We had a bunch of trick-or-treaters come around our neighborhood, and a few years back, my daughter and I, she's older now, but she still lives at home, we started dressing up, and while we sit out there and hand out candy to the trick-or-treaters. So I'll put up some pictures from last night of our setup and our costumes. And we just enjoy doing it. We had a lot of fun. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how this time of year can be a struggle, starting from now until Christmas. If we're going to stay on target with our health, we have to plan for this time of year. We know it's coming. It comes every year. I just saw a video from Southern Ketovore, Karen, and she was saying the same thing. And I thought, oh, that's so helpful to mention this time of year, and especially those that really struggle with sugar cravings. I don't struggle so much anymore. I used to. Since I've been on this health journey, those cravings have definitely subsided, and I'm much more able to avoid things than I used to be able to. So I'm grateful for that. But I still have to have a plan. Otherwise, I will overindulge. So what was my plan? Well, the first plan I knew in September that this month was coming, this holiday was coming. And so I knew our community has grown. So I needed to make sure that I had enough candy. I had planned on making sure I purchased the candy ahead of time, because last year I ran into the problem where the stores ran out. And it's not a great big deal. If we run out of candy, we run out, right? That's just the way it goes sometimes. But I did want to make sure we could at least last through the couple of hours that trick-or-treating usually is. So I bought 4 bags, about this high. And what I did was I put them on the top shelf of my pantry. And I don't go in the pantry often. Most of what I eat comes out of the refrigerator now. So it definitely was out of sight, out of mind. And that worked this year for me. I was not tempted. And when it came time, I knew the days were getting closer. I thought maybe I should check on it. I'm like, no, I don't need to check on it. It is what it is. I have as much as what I have, and that's it. So you have to have these conversations with yourself, right? Because it's such a big pull sometimes. We've been programmed for years and decades about this stuff and how good it is and how fun it is. But our bodies don't agree. And so that's what I'm trying to pay more attention to. That was the first thing I did, was keep it out of sight. And it definitely worked for me. Out of sight, out of mind. The second thing I chose to do was to fast yesterday. My last meal was Sunday night at 6 p.m. That's when I finished my meal. And then I didn't eat. I fasted until about 10:30 this morning. And that really helped. I just drank water. I drank lots of water yesterday. I kept busy. I went to Zumba which was great. Again, just refocusing on the things that are healthy and that I know my body needs to heal. So I went to Zumba, came home, did some chores. Then later in the afternoon, we started setting up. I'll put those pictures up there for you so you can see the setup we did for trick-or-treating and our costumes. And so I just kept busy. And it worked. Even during trick-or-treating, I just was not tempted because I thought, no, that's not for me, that's for them. I have to say, I felt a little hypocritical. Here I am trying to avoid sugar because I know it's not healthy for my body, but I'm going to give it out to kids. I know. Not sure how to reconcile that, but that is what it is. So anyway, we had fun, and we had a little bit of candy left over, but I'm not tempted by it. So that's a good thing. So that was my plan. That's what worked for me. I am, like I said, a year and 2 months now, almost 2 months into this journey, and that's where I'm at. A year ago, I was not in this place at all. I gave in, and I definitely ate some candy last year. I didn't like engorge or, overeat candy, but I definitely had some. So I can see the difference in my mentality, and I'm just so grateful for that, because that's going to keep me on this journey of continuing to get healthy. Okay, so why am I moving on from October? Well, because I did not lose any weight in the month of October. I'm sticking to the notes because I know if I just start rambling, this video is going to be very long because I have not done one in 4 weeks. So I think there's a lot to say, and I don't want to keep you guys too long. So I'm going to stick to my notes. Let me find my place. Okay. Oh, okay. So I didn't lose any weight, but I didn't gain any either. And I kind of felt, as the month was going on, that I really wasn't losing weight, and at times felt discouraged about that. However, I glean a lot from those that I follow on social media. And there are people who've been on this health journey for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And one thing they all say is just keep doing what you know is healthy to do for your body, no matter what the scale says. And I think those of you who have been following me for a while now, I've kind of been over the since the summer, on this journey of not paying so much attention to the scale. And it's been very freeing. I'm still losing pounds, but like I said, I only have like 20, 25 pounds to lose. And that's probably some of the hardest that's going to be to come off. For whatever reason, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't even know if that's realistic, to tell you the truth. Because I'm basing that on old information and information that comes from people who don't follow this way of looking at your health and this perspective of looking at your health. So I don't know if it's going to be hard or not. I just think it really boils down to where and what healing needs to take place, where my body needs to heal and what needs to heal. Because there's a lot going on with that, for sure. The more I learn, the more amazed I am at how our body functions and what it needs to be healthy and how it can heal itself and just regenerate the cells and heal the cells. And it's just amazing. And new research and data is coming out every day about this. So it's good that at least some organizations, some companies are actually taking the time to do this research. And I think that's because more of us are speaking out about it. I'm just not sure how far it's going to go because, again, usually these things are driven by money. So I don't know. As I mentioned, that's a new concept for me, to focus on overall health. Again, that's why I changed the name of my channel, because it's not just about what I eat. It's not just about losing weight. It's about everything. It's about exercise. It's about sleep. It's about being stronger, which is exercise. But you also have to make sure part of your exercise routine is building muscle. And that's what I try and do as well. I'm continuing with the weights, lifting weights as well as doing Zumba. And so walking on the beach, all of it, just keep moving. Focusing more on all of that is what's going to keep me healthy, not just the weight loss. I'll monitor the weight loss. Maybe that's a good term for it. Monitor it, but I'm not focused on it. So November. Happy November 1st, by the way. That is today, November 1st. Crazy. All right, so fresh perspective. I went for a walk on the beach with my aunt this morning, and I will post a photo of that. It was very, very foggy, but the air temperature was like 68 degrees. And we could still put our feet in the water and not freeze. And it was cool, but it wasn't cold. So it was nice, and it was just, the air temperature was just perfect for a walk. Not too hot and not too cold. So it was good. And I was grateful for the chance to be on the beach, and also grateful to have good conversation with my aunt. That I have to tell you, that's just another motivating factor for me to go for walks on the beach. When I go with my friends, when I go with my aunt, it's always good conversation, and I am all about that. I love that. It's a great start to a new month. So for the month of December, I've decided I am not going to have any carbs or sugar until Thanksgiving Day. And even then, it's going to be limited. I am not going to gorge. I am not going to overindulge in it, because I know what it does to my body. I know what those things do to my body. So I'm not going to overindulge. And I've made this decision because I think I've already said this to you before. I'm not in maintenance mode yet. So I worded it in my notes that I'm still in weight loss mode. Yes and no. And you know what I mean, because I just spent all that time talking about that. Yes, I do need to lose some more pounds. But also I know my body's not done yet. I'm not at optimal health. And there's still some healing that needs to take place. Real quick, I want to talk for just a second. I want to tell you about, speaking of healing, something that I experimented with in October. I think I might have mentioned this in the last video, how in the afternoons, my heartburn was kicking up like consistently, and back in September or so. And so I thought, what is going on with that? So I thought, I'm going to cut out my second cup of coffee and just see, because in the past, coffee has been a contributor to heartburn. So I did that. I cut out the second cup of coffee for like 2 weeks in a row. Last week, I started having a second cup during the day, and I've had no problems. So I said to my husband this morning, I said, it's nice to be able to tweak things like this and not run to medicine. I didn't have to run to heartburn medicine, not even Tums. I just thought it's something I'm doing, drinking or eating, and that's where I need to tweak. And it's just amazing. I love being able to do this. So anyway, so I encourage you all to do this, because not having to run to a doctor, not having to go to the medicine cabinet and take meds in order to deal with symptoms is amazing. And I just really want to encourage you to be able to do that. So my body is still healing, and that's I'm not in maintenance mode yet as far as that goes. So I want to give it the time it needs to heal. I don't know how long that is. I don't know how long that's going to be, because carbs and sugar are what has done so much damage to my body for so many years. And caused so many health problems. And so I can't see the damage on the outside. So I had to be patient. And I think this is probably one of the hardest parts of this journey is to be patient. Because you don't see results like real quick like you do in the beginning. That's why you got to focus on how you're feeling and how you're able to perform as far as exercising. And not only just perform in exercising, but perform throughout the day. Like, how do you feel just walking, driving and going to places and walking around? How do you feel? Do you feel strong? Do you feel tired? Are you in pain? Are you achy? Or do you feel good? Is it all going good? Then you keep doing what you're doing. And I think that's what's important, and that's what I'm trying to focus on. So because I need to give my body time to heal, I am going to eliminate. I know I say it hesitantly because I do still like a treat once in a while. But until Thanksgiving Day, I've already decided I'm going to make a pumpkin pie. And I'm not making any other desserts. We're just going to do pumpkin pie. But I'm going to not indulge in any carbs and sugar until then. And I think I can do it. I've done it before for a month, and I think I can do it. Focusing, keeping my mindset on I'm healing my body. That's what it's about. And so the other thing I'm going to do is extended fasting. Yesterday was the second time in 2 weeks that I've done an extended fast. So I fasted about 40 hours, I calculated. Last week, I did the same thing on Monday. And I can feel the difference after that. I really, really can. And that's another thing that promotes healing, because you're putting your body into autophagy, which is really, and I've talked about this before, but briefly, just to say, it's when we are, the cells in our intestines and in our stomach are regenerating and healing. And that's, there's a lot more to this. So if you want to know more about it, search for it on YouTube. Mike Mutzel talks a lot about this, and he could give you in detail what's going on and explain it a whole lot better than I can. But anyway, it's another process of your body healing. So that's what I want to promote right now. So I want to do this at least once a week, maybe twice, I don't know, but at least once a week, and give my body that time. And that's it. Very simple. That's the other thing about being at this season of this journey is tweaks are very simple and seemingly small to me, and that's okay. I kind of am enjoying this. I'm enjoying not going back to, or not being in that place where I would get so discouraged because it seemed like things weren't working like I thought they should. And so I'm glad to be past that. And it's just becoming a lifestyle, which is what I've talked about before. That's what I am trying to do. Because then I won't, it becomes like breathing. You just do it. It's just, there's no real thought to it. You just do it because you've been doing it. And life is a lot more enjoyable when you're not in pain, and when you're not aching, and when you're not having to move slow, and when you don't feel so tired. Life is a whole lot more enjoyable. So, anyway, that's it for now. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I apologize if it's longer than my normal. A lot of times I think, I'll just jump on and say these couple of things, but I always end up saying a whole lot more. But so again, I thank you for hanging out with me and sticking around. And we'll see what the month does. I mean, I'll definitely be back by the end of the month, but I'll try to be back again at least once a week, right? Right? We need to say hi and interact at least once a week and see how things are going. So I will try to do that. And yeah, until then, I hope you have a great November 1st. Don't forget to turn your clocks back this coming weekend. I probably didn't even need to say that because we're so inundated with it. And, with commercials, whatever, advertisements telling you to don't forget to turn your clock back. But anyway, I just thought of it. So there you go. Early reminder. So I hope you're able to get out there and still enjoy the sunshine and fresh air. I know in some parts of the country right now it's getting colder, but I still hope you're able to get out there and enjoy some good fresh air and stay healthy. All right. So thanks again, and let me know how you're doing. Like, subscribe, and comment. Now, I wanted to mention, speaking of all of that, liking, subscribing, and commenting, I have to remember there are those of you who watch this on Rumble, and there are those of you who watch this on my website. If you watch this on YouTube, liking, commenting, subscribing is all easy. But with Rumble, you can comment and you can subscribe, but liking is different. It's actually the plus and minus sign. And if you've been on Rumble for a while, you know this. If you're new to Rumble, that's the like for Rumble is the plus and the minus sign. If you're watching this on my website, you'll need to click on the YouTube and Rumble. The words themselves beneath this video are links to this video on YouTube if it's the YouTube link, and Rumble if it's the Rumble link. So that's where you'll need to go and subscribe, is to click on those links and subscribe, and then that way you'll be notified. Well, let me back up. Just subscribing does not automatically notify you that I've got a new video. If you want to be notified, I know on YouTube you hit the bell. I'm not sure about Rumble. Ooh, I suppose I should check that out because I probably should know that so I can inform you. I'll check that out and get back to you on how to be notified of new, like get a notification that there's a new video. I'm not sure on Rumble. Anyway, so if you're on my website, you have to go to those links and then subscribe and be notified. Make sure that you click on whatever to be notified for new content, for new videos. All right. That is all for now. And so I'm going to say goodbye and thank you once again, and I will see you next time.